So good day, everyone. Continuation of our lesson. We have here functions. So after relations, pag-usapan na natin yung functions. Itong functions natin, they are some sort of the relation din. Okay? Pero sasabihin ko sa inyo, magkaiba sila. Okay? Sabihin na lang natin na lahat ng ating functions, relations. Pero lahat ng ating relations, hindi sila functions. Okay, malalaman natin kung bakit ating lesson for today. Okay. So the function, right? So a function is a relation, as said earlier, right? From set A to set B, which is a codomain, that follows two specific rules, right? We have number one, every element in the domain must be assigned to an element in the codomain. Okay, so in short, every input must have an output. Tapos, ayan, no element in the domain can be assigned to more than one element in the codomain. So, no input can have two or one or more output. Right? So, let us take a look at number one. Okay? So, ganito yung mangyari dyan, class. Okay, so number one natin. Every element in the domain must be assigned to an element in the codomain. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, diba? May input, diba? Input natin yung domain. Tapos, magkakaroon tayo ng output. Okay? Input natin si codomain, tapos magkakaroon tayo ng specific output. Okay? So, 1:1 yung nangyari dito. Kasi, halimbawa, input natin is dough. Output natin is one loaf of bread. One dough is to one loaf of bread. Okay? Then, let's move on to number 2. Okay? So, move tayo sa number 2 natin. Okay? So, we have a reference here from Hunter x Hunter. Okay, so ang gagawin natin dito, sabihin natin na, yan. So, let the domain be the grid island target locations and the codomain be the grid island card users. Okay, so the domain natin, okay, so grid island target locations. Pwede natin maging target location siya si domain natin. Tapos codomain natin, grid island card users. Okay, yan. Okay, so card users. Magiging condition natin sa ating function. Sorry. Magiging sorry. Magiging condition natin for this relation is this one. Okay, sir, nakaano naman siya, hindi naman namin yung mababasa. Okay? Kasi yan. Okay, so this is a company card from the Grid Island. Right, so with the description, fly the caster and all players within a 20-meter radius of the caster to the location of the target city or a target player. Okay, so bale, ang mangyayari, accompany on. Yan, ginamit si card. Okay, pagkagamit kay card, sabi target locations kasing domain natin. So, ibig sabihin, si Gon, okay, connected siya kay, connected na siya kay Ging. Tapos si Kilua is also connected to Ging. Kasi nga, ay, sabi, a company. So, ibig sabihin, nasama si Kilua. So, if we're going to make this into a, function or equation of some sort, okay? Kapag in-input natin si Ging, tapos ang magiging output dapat natin ay grid island users, input natin si Ging as the target location. Ang lalabas diyan kapag ginamit natin sa company, magkakaroon tayo ng two values, si Gon at si Kiwa. Okay? So, ganun yan. Now, bakit ganito ba to, sir? Paano namin madedetermine yung sa number 2 natin dyan na no element in the domain must have more than one element in the codomain. Okay? Must not be related to more than one element in the codomain. Okay? So, ganito kasi yan. Punta muna tayo sa reference natin. Sabi dito, if gone use a company, the family reunion won't function well. Kasi nga, magkapamilya to ang dalawang to. Matagal na wala to. Itong isa ay gusto niyang hanapin yan. Okay? So, kapag magka-company, magsasama siya ng kaibigan, hindi ganun magfa-function, mabuti itong ano natin. Okay? So, dito, ging only once gone to come along. So, this will not be a function. Okay? Input natin si ging, tapos output natin tong dalawang to kapag yun yung sinunod natin. Okay? Move tayo dun sa ano natin. Another example natin. Same ulit. Same ulit. Okay. So, bale, kite naman tayo. Kite naman tayo, guys. Okay, kite. Okay. Ano pa rin condition natin dyan? This one, accompany pa rin. Okay? So, ngayon, yung domain natin, excuse me, yung domain natin na palitan, guys. So, we have a grid island, ano na. Tapos, nag-switch lang. Okay, ngayon naman, kapag ginamit yan, company on, okay? Yan. So, eto, if gone use a company, they will be redirected to kite. Okay? If gone use a company, they will be redirected to kite. Yun kasi yung plinano na itong tao to. Okay? So, kapag mag-company siya, rekta sila kay kite. Ngayon naman, as you can see, domain na natin to. Domain na natin itong lalaki. So, okay. Domain natin si kilowatt sa oxygen. Kapag in-input natin, halimbawa, si kiluwa, okay? Tapos nag-accompany siya. Okay? Punta siya kay kite. Same is true with gone. Pupunta din siya kay kite. This is a function. Okay? This is a function. And okay, so, and let the grid island location same. Pero paano, 'di ba? Kanina this is a not a function. Ngayon naman, try natin siyang gawing function. Ano magiging condition? Ano yan, sir? Ayan. Magnetic force, magiging condition naman natin. Allows one person to fly to the location of the target player. Okay? Yan. See? Right? So 1 is to 1. So 1 is to 1. Ayan. If gone, use a magnetic force, there will be a good relation. Anong ibig sabihin ng good relation, sir? Ito ay function. Right? So in short, it will function since only one person can go to the targeted location using the card's abilities. Function kapag ganyan. Okay. So enough with the referencing. Move na lang tayo sa ating move na lang tayo sa ating example kasi as numbers. Okay? So let the domain be okay, so 246,135. Okay? Tapos, this is our relation. Okay, this is our relation with the ordered pairs 2, 5, 4, 1, 4, 3, and 6, 5. Okay? So, i-plot natin yan. Lagay na natin yung mga yan. Ito si 2, 4, 6. Ito si 1, 3, 5. Okay? Ayan naman, ilalagay natin yan. Plot natin yung mga yan. I-determine natin yung function of class basing on the 1 and 2 natin na property. Okay? So, let's see. 2 to 5. Next natin. Uy, nagka-company siya, class. Ay, nagka-company si 1 and 2, si 1 and 3. Okay? So, let's move on. Ayan. So, bale, kung mapapansin nyo, class, okay lang to. Okay lang din yan. Pero since, di ba, alala nyo, kapag a company, tapos dito nang galing, ay, sorry, sir. Kapag a company, tapos nagkaroon tayo ng dalawang arrow palabas dito sa ating domain, papunta dito, masasabi natin to na not a function. Okay? So, check natin muna para magets nyo. Okay? So, kapag yung property natin, sasabihin na we have, we have we have an input, 246, and we have an output. That definitely happened here. Okay? We have an input, tapos we have an output. Okay. So after ng input and output natin, i-check natin if yung uh, output ni input ay isa lang. Okay, so check natin kay kay number 2. ang output niya is 5 lang. Okay? Kay number 6, ang output niya is 5 lang din. Ngayon, punta tayo kay number 4. Ang output niya is either 1 and 3. Okay? So, that cannot be. Okay? So, kapag sinalpak natin itong, kapag halimbawa equation to, kapag sinalpak natin to sa calculator class, okay, malilito si Calci kung anong ilalabas niyang value. Is it 1? Is it 3? Okay? Is it 1? Is it 3? Hindi magiging sure si calculate natin later on. Kaya hindi gaanong magfa-function. Okay? Hindi gaanong magfa-function. Kaya nga hindi ito function. Okay? Let's move on to another one. Okay. So, let the ordered pair be an element of the Cartesian product of A cross B. Okay? Such that the ordered pair is an element of the relation S, where S means y is equal to x plus 1. Okay? So, sabi niyan Cartesian product. Okay? Ilista muna natin lahat yun. Alam niyo pa ba mag-Cartesian product? Okay? So, alalahanin natin na. Ayan. Okay? So, mangyayari, i-distribute lang natin siya as. Okay? So, we have a 2, 1, 2, 5. I'm sorry, 2, 3, 2, 5. And then we have a 4, 1, 4, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 6, 1, 6, 3, 6, 5. Okay, so I think there's those are how many? I think we have 9. Yeah. Okay, so I think we have 9. That is 3 times 3. Okay, and now let's check. Okay, if the condition is met, y is equal to x plus 1. So 1 is equal to 4 plus 1. Sorry, 1 is equal to 2 plus 1. Okay, so it's not accepted. Okay, this one is accepted since 3 is equal to 2 plus 1. Now let's move on to 2 plus 2, 5. So that is 5 is equal to 2 plus 1. That is not also good. And then we have a 1 is equal to 4 plus 1. Not good. Then we have 3 is equal to 4 plus 1. Also not good. Then we have a 5 is equal to 4 plus 1. That is an equality. So we can accept that. And then let's move to 1 is equal to 6 plus 1. And then 3 is equal to 6 plus 1. And the following is 5 is equal to 6 plus 1. Okay, so we have a 2. All right. All right. This is our relation 2, 3, and 4, 5. Let's plot it. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5. What can you notice? Okay, what can you notice here, class? Okay, so yung nangyari dito, may input, may output. Input, output. Input, no output. Okay? Input, no output. What does it mean? This is not a function. Okay? So rule number 1 or the property number 1, you should have an input for every output. Okay? So our relation S does not give a vibe of being a function. All right? Let's move on to another example. All right, so T is defined by this arrow diagram. Okay, so first let us check. 2 is has an output 5, 4 has an output 1, and 6 has an output 1. Okay, this is a function. Since 2 is connected to 5, we have one output. 4 connected to 1, we have one output. Although 6 is also connected to 1, still we can consider that is still one output. No pun intended. Okay? It's still one output. Okay? So that's how we identify functions. We are going to check whether or not the inputs have specific outputs. And then after we check for the specific outputs, we are now going to check the number of those outputs if they indeed are specific and only one. Okay, so that's all I think for this first part of the function. Okay, so let's move. All right. Okay, so let's move to two ways to solve problems. After we discuss about functions and whatnot, right, we're going to discuss how to solve problems, right? Mainly using inductive and deductive reasoning. Right? So let us first move on to sorry. Let's move to inductive reasoning. So inductive reasoning is the process of reaching a general conclusion by examining specific examples, right? So you're going to observe a pattern and you're going to form a conjecture. This conjecture is called an educated guess or a conclusion that may or may not be true, basing on that pattern or those specific examples. Okay. For example, we have a 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 here, right? So the observation that each number is 3 larger than the last. So the conjecture is that the next number is 18. We may never be sure if that 18 is true, but basing on the examples, uh, we believe it to be 18. That is our conjecture. Okay, so let's move to another example of inductive reasoning. So consider the following procedure. Right, so pick a number, multiply the number by 8, add 6 to the product, divide the sum by 2, and subtract 3. Okay? We're going to complete this said procedure for several numbers. Okay? So we're going to make a conjecture. Did I mention conjunct? So we're going to make a conjecture about the relationship between the size of the resulting number and the size of the original number. Right? So we're going to make this into a variable form. Okay. So we're going to use 12 to we're going to use 12. We're going to get 48. Right? If we're going to use 11, we're going to get 44. If we're going to use 13, we have 52. 14 is 56. Kindly check on your end. So we have 3/4 to be 3. Right now we're checking for rational numbers. 1/2 to be 2. 3/2 to be 6. 5/2 to be 10. Now we're going to check for integers. -1 to -4. -1/4 to -1. And -2 to -8. Okay. So do you notice any pattern? Right? Do you notice any pattern? I think we can definitely say that this will be our conjecture. Okay, so the relationship about the number n, right? Let's say that the number chosen or the variable for the number n is uh, the variable for n for the number is n. I'm so sorry. Right? So we can say that it quadruples. Okay? Input tayo ng isang number using the procedure, magkakaroon tayo ng result na 4n. Okay, so that is a quadruple the number. Okay, quadruple the number. Okay, so let's move. That's just our conjecture. We're going to check it using deductive reasoning later. All right. All right. So let's move on to deductive reasoning. All right, so here, I'm sorry, this is not deductive reasoning. Kindly, I'm going to edit this one. This is in uh, in sorry, that is inductive reasoning. Have to edit that part. Okay, so let's have another inductive reasoning example. A tsunami is a wave produced by an underwater earthquake. Okay, so the height of the tsunami as it approaches land depends on the velocity of the tsunami. Okay, so we have this table presenting our data for this problem. Right? What happens to the height of the tsunami when its velocity is double? Right? So what happens, basing on this, what happens to the height of the tsunami when its velocity is doubled? Okay. So let's take a look at this one. And let's take a look at this one. Right? So notice the pattern here. 6 times 2, that is 12. Alright. That is the double velocity. Now, notice 6 is to 4 and 12 is to 16. Right? What is the ratio between 4 and 16? What's the ratio? The ratio of 4 is to 16. We can say that the height is quadrupled when the velocity is doubled. Right? Now let's move on to the next question. What should be the height of the tsunami if its velocity is 30 feet per second? Okay, so using examples, inductive reasoning, and let's see. Uh, Notice this, this, it has a pattern. As these are multiples of 3. And notice the other column, right? It also has a pattern. These are your squares. And these are your squares. So if I'm going to answer this question, this will be my answer. Right? Since these are all multiples of 3, we have 24 as the end. Right? I'm going to move to 27, then to 30. And then since these are all squares, I'm going to move to the next square, which is 81, and then to the next square, which is 100. So basing on inductive reasoning or by examining examples, we have h to be 100 feet. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We have another example here for inductive reasoning. Okay, so that's on the circle problem. Let's say we have a circle and then we put a dot and let's see if we made a section or sector. Okay, so we have one uh, section. All right. Now our goal is to put dots on the circle and make the maximum possible number of sections. All right, the maximum possible number of sections. All right, let's see. All right. So we're going to put another one. And then we're going to connect a line. Okay? Connect natin yung line. Sorry about this. Okay, so, di ba, isa muna kanina, wala naman siyang kasama. Ngayon, dalawa, i-connect natin siya. Okay, so bilangin natin. Okay, dalawa. Okay, next tayo. And, okay. So, move tayo. Try natin tatlo. Tapos, i-connect na naman natin. Okay? So, bilangin ulit natin yung section. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? Ayan naman, syempre, dadagdagan na naman natin yan. Okay? Ngayon, dito we have a node class. Sorry. To produce the maximum number of regions, the dots on the circle must be placed so that no three line segments that connect the dots intersect at a single point. Okay, sabi, so that no three line segments connect the dots intersect at a single point. Okay? So, move na tayo sa 5. Okay, sorry, move tayo sa 5. Ayan. Okay. So, ayan. Okay. Okay. So, intersection, dalawa lang. Okay? Dalawa lang yun. So, goods pa tayo. Wala na tayong possible na connection. Okay, wala na. Bilang ulit tayo. Okay, 8. Okay, can you see a pattern here, class? One, two, four, eight. Okay, anong nangyari? One, two, four, eight. Parang may pattern, sir. Okay. O, check natin if totoo ngang may pattern. Okay. So, move tayo sa ating fifth, fifth line natin, class. Yan. Okay. So, let's see. Ayun. Okay. I-check natin if, all goods pa rin tong ating condition here. Okay. So, two intersect, two intersect, two intersect, two intersect. Okay. All goods. All goods. Bilang ulit tayo. Ah, ilan yan? Nako, class. Okay, so 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. 16 divided by 8, that is 2. 8 divided by 4, that is 2. 4 divided by 2, that is also 2. Okay? And then 2 divided by 2, that is 1. Okay, I think there's a pattern here. Ngayon, let's move on to the next one. Try natin na anim. Okay, so ito yun na. In-enlarge lang natin. Try natin na anim, class. Yan. Okay, let's see kung saan yung connection. Okay, check ulit natin if tama yung nadagdag na connections natin. We have 2, 2, 2, check. 2, 2, 2, 2, check. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, all goods pa tayo dyan. Ngayon, bilang tayo. 1. Isa muna. 2. Saan yung 3 dyan? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ay, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Ay, any guesses as to anong natin dito? Okay, so i-comment nyo na lang yung guess nyo. Okay, so 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Palapit na tayo sa class. So, konti na lang. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. Okay? And 31. Ngayon, as you can see here, 31 divided by 16 is not 2. Okay? But if the previous examples, okay, say 16, 8, 4, 2, 1, they all had a pattern. Pero bakit nagkaroon tayo class here ng ating na 31. Dapat 32 to kasi 16 times 2 is 32. Diba? Kaya ang ko sa inyo kasi, i-discuss natin kung bakit 31. Okay? Meron kasing weakness yung ating inductive reasoning. Okay? May weakness yung ating inductive reasoning. Okay? Conclusions from this may be incorrect. Okay? A pattern that holds for several cases might not hold for all cases. Okay? May pattern nung una. Ngayon, nawala yung pattern. Okay? So let's move. Let's move to the ano ba 'tong nagbibigay ng stoppage sa ating pattern? May nagbibigay ng stoppage sa ating pattern. 'Di ba nung una may pattern kasi tayo. Ngayon, biglang na-break. Na-break yung pattern. A pattern may hold for several cases, but there's still something to break that pattern. And that something is called your counter example. Okay, counter example ang tawag sa mga class. Okay, define natin. Counter example is a single case, a singular case, one case for which a statement is false. Okay? For which a statement is false. You only need one, okay, to make the statement false. Okay? So we have, sorry. Yan pala yun. Sorry. Nasabi ko na. Right. Right. So, ito. For all numbers x, such as the actual value of x is greater than 0, is this true or is this false? Okay. So, try nyo na ulit, i-comment if ano yung guess nyo dito. If true ba talaga to or false? Okay, so, bigay ako ng 5 seconds. So, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, let's move on to the answer. Right. So, let x be 0. Okay. So, the absolute value of 0 is 0. Since 0 is not greater than 0, but it is equal to 0, the statement is false. Okay. So, ganun yun. May isa na magpo-prove na false siya. Okay. That is your counter example. Kailangan lang natin ng isa class. Kailangan lang natin. Okay. Let's move on to our deductive reasoning. Okay. So, deductive reasoning natin. Sorry. Ano to? Okay. So, deductive reasoning natin is the process of reaching a conclusion by applying general assumption, principles, or procedures. In short, formulas. In short, formulas. Okay, so, ayan, you start with the general rule. Sinabi ko na sa halimbawa, formula. Tapos, apply mo siya. Apply mo siya to reach a guaranteed conclusion. Okay, example na. Okay, so, all home improvements cost more than the estimate. Ayan yung ano natin. Ayan yung general rule natin. Okay, so, specific case tayo. The contractor estimated my improvement would cost 35,000 pesos. Okay. Conclusion, therefore, my improvement will cost more than 35,000 pesos. Since we have a general rule na yung home improvements more than the estimate, meron tayong estimate ng 35K, malamang sa malamang na yung conclusion natin, mas malaki doon yung gagastusin. Okay? So that is deductive reasoning. Balik tayo dito. Okay? So, gagawin natin, gawan na lang natin to ng formula kasi ito yung conjecture natin kanina. Try natin gawan ng formula to. Okay, so let n be any number. Tapos, 8 plus 6 over 2 minus 3. Ito yung ating variable form ng sentence. Statement natin sa pinakauna. Okay, so simplify natin. 8n over 2, 6 over 2 minus 3. We have 4 plus 3 minus 3, which is 4n. Okay, so na-prove natin na yung conjecture natin is the conclusion talaga. Conclusion talaga siya. I mean, it is a guaranteed conclusion talaga na quadruple yung nangyayari dun sa original number from the original number and the resulting number. Okay. So, yan. 4n nga talaga siya. And then, let's move on to, eto. Ayan. So, from inductive reasoning, sorry, mali ito. Mali ito. Sorry. Okay, so ito yung kanina. Papalitan na ulit natin to. So, okay ko dito. Sorry. That is deductive reasoning. Napagpalit ko ata yung slides class. Okay? So, bale, tsunami, eto kanina. Ngayon, kukunin na lang natin yung formula niya kasi, di ba, meron tayong yung unidentified sequences natin. Kaya natin kunin to. Okay, so tignan natin kung tama to Velocity over 3. That is 6. Bakit over 3, sir? Since multiples of 3 kasi ito class. Okay. So, velocity over 3. That is 2. Ayan, about 2. 2 squared is equal to 4. O, punta tayo sa 24, 24 divided by 3. That is 8. 8 squared is 64. Okay, tama tayo dito. So, what should be the height of the tsunami? When it reach 30. 30 divided by 3 is 10. 10 squared is 100. Okay, so goods na tayo dyan. Move na tayo sa inductive versus deductive. This is just a summary class. Okay, summary lang to. So, sa ating inductive reasoning, specific to general. Sa ating naman, ayan, observing a pattern and then making a conclusion. That is a conjecture. Tapos, sa deductive reasoning natin, sorry, I forgot to edit this part. Sa deductive reasoning natin, we have general to specific and applying a known rule. And then, conclusion is logically certain. Okay, tapos, example natin here, inductive versus deductive. There's an observation that tree produce plums every other year. So, tree produce plums daw. So, a conjecture, magproproduce din siya. Ayun daw. Okay, magproproduce daw siya. Ayun, that is just a conjecture based on the, hindi naman natin hawak yung, yung general rule or hawak yung concept behind the tree producing the plums. Okay, malay mo, noon lang nangyari. Dahil sa specific weather, sa specific temperature. Hindi lang tayo sure. Okay? We do not hold all the information. So we're making a conjecture. And naman, sabi dito, all Flynn novels are good kapag all, that is a universal statement, a general rule. Okay? So sabi dito, Gone Girl is a Flynn novel, that is your specific case. So, si Gone Girl daw ay good. Okay, so that is deductive reasoning. And now let's use deductive reasoning to solve logic puzzles. Kasi natin na palagi na gagamit tong deductive reasoning natin. Okay, so logic puzzles. And so we have clues and then we're going to make a chart. Tapos eliminate natin yung options and then deduce the correct answer. So step by step si logic hindi siya guessing game. Si logic puzzle, sorry. Okay, so example natin. Ito ang example natin, reference from One Piece. Pero hindi yung hula, yung mga pictures na. Okay. So, each of the four neighbors, Frankie, Usopp, Brook, and Zoro, has a different occupation. Okay, so editor daw, banker, chef, or dentist. Okay, so from the following clues, determine the occupation of each. Number one, Usopp gets home from work after bunker but before the dentist. Number two, Frankie, who is the last to get home from work, is not the editor. Number three, the dentist and Frankie leave for work at the same time. And number four, the banker leaves next door to work. Diba? Ano natin yung clues, tapos gawa daw tayo ng chart. Okay, gawa na tayo ng chart. Ito yung occupation. Ito yung mga tao. Okay? Next. So, number one muna tayo. Number one tayo, i-deduce natin. Yusuf gets home from work after the bunker but before the dentist. Okay, so paano yun, sir? Si Yusuf, uwi daw siya pagkatapos umuwi ni bunker pero bago ni dentist. Okay, pagkatapos umuwi ni bunker pero bago ni dentist. Ngayon ang gagawin natin, eliminate na natin yung mga part. Eliminate na natin. Kay si Yusuf. So kung mas mauna si banker sa kanya at mas mahuli si dentist, hindi siya si banker, hindi rin siya si dentist, no, di ba? Kita nyo dito, hindi siya 'yon. Then move tayo. Sabi ni Frankie, who is the last to get home from work is not the editor. Okay? So, si Frankie last daw siya. And ito ay editor, so i-X natin siya doon. Hindi daw siya editor. Ngayon naman, kung papansin niyo yung class, last si Frankie. Okay, last si Frankie. Eh, sinong earliest? Si Banker. Sabi, last si Frankie. So, malamang sa malamang, hindi siya si Banker. Diba? Hindi siya si Banker. Right? And then next is we have this one. The dentist and Frankie leave for work at the same time. Okay, so ganyan. Okay, sabay daw sila. And malamang sa malamang, if may kasabay ka, syempre hindi ikaw yon. May kasabay ka nga, di ba? So, X natin dyan. Ngayon nakita mo, tatlong X. Si Frankie pala ay yung chef. Okay, chef pala si Frankie. So kung chef na si Frankie, malamang sa malamang, hindi na chef yung tatlo. So, X na natin yan. Okay? Kapag na-X na, ayun o, tignan mo. One, two, three. Tatlong X ulit. Si Yusuf daw yung editor. Okay? So kung si Yusuf yung editor, malamang sa malamang, hindi na pwede maging editor tong dalawang yan. Diba? Okay, meron pa ba? Wala na. So let's move. The banker lives next door to Brooke. And malamang sa malamang, si Brooke ay hindi yung banker. Kasi kung alangan naman yung kapitbahay mo ay ikaw. So, di siya yan. Kita nyo, tatlong X ulit. Si Brooke daw ay si dentist. Okay, dentist si Brooke. So, kung dentist si Brooke, okay, di na pwede maging dentist yan. Tapos, si banker natin si Zoro. Okay, so, ayan. Zoro is the banker. Yusuf is the editor. Frankie is the chef and Brooke is the dentist. Okay? That is just example of a logic puzzle. Okay? So, ganyan kasi yung use ng ating deductive reasoning. Kailangan natin i-check yung per clue. Basta ka tayo mag-eliminate. Kaya nga siya deduce class. Deduce. Deduct, 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 deduct until you reach the answer. Okay. So, ganun lang yan. Okay. So, that's all for today. So, thank you for listening. Right.